Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Chef Vic Cuisine. Today we're making a strawberry shortcake. Now this recipe creates a light, airy, beautifully layered strawberry shortcake. From the first to the last piece, you feel like you're taking a bite out of a cloud. So let's get started.
Alright, so for the ingredients, we're going to start off with the cake portion first. We're going to need 4 egg whites, 1 teaspoon's worth of lemon zest, 3/4 cup of granulated white sugar. Then we're going to need 2 egg yolks, 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, 1/4 cup plus 3 tablespoons worth of 2% milk, 3 tablespoons of melted unsalted butter, 3/4 cup plus 1 tablespoon's worth of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a pinch of salt, and finally 2 cups of fresh strawberries for the filling. And now for the whipped cream, we're going to use 2 3/4 cup of cold heavy cream, 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1/4 cup of granulated white sugar, and finally a pinch of salt. Alright, so to get things started, you want to preheat your oven to 320 degrees Fahrenheit or 160 degrees Celsius. Now, in the large bowl of a stand mixer, you want to add in all of your egg whites alongside the lemon zest and whisk these all together on high speed until they're foamy. And when creating the lemon zest for this recipe, you want to get really fine pieces, so I like to use a microplaner for this. You just want to make sure it has a really fine grating surface. So once your egg whites and lemon zest are nice and foamy, you want to gradually add in your white sugar to the egg whites as you continue to whisk this on high speed. This is going to create the meringue that you're going to use for the sponge cake. And once you've added all the sugar, you want to continue to blend this meringue until stiff peaks form. The color of the mixture will go from a pale yellow to a bright white. And so what you're looking for is a consistency like this when your stiff peak is formed. That's when you know that your meringue is ready for the next step. So in a separate small bowl, we want to whisk together 2 egg yolks and the vanilla extract. And while you're at it, go ahead and whisk in that like button, subscribe to this channel to see more recipes like this one, and hit the bell icon to be notified when my next video drops. And stay tuned to the end of this video for a sneak peek of the recipe coming next week. Once those are mixed together, we can go ahead and add in our milk and the melted butter as well, and whisk those until they're fully incorporated. And then finally, you want to add in your flour, the baking powder, and the pinch of salt to this bowl, and whisk it until it's all fully combined. And this will end up creating a very thick batter. Okay, so now what you want to do is add in 2 large dollops of the meringue you made earlier to this batter and stir them together to allow them to combine using a rubber spatula. Once the meringue and the batter have fully incorporated, you want to pour this mixture into the rest of the meringue you made. And now you just want to gently stir this all together using a rubber spatula until all the ingredients have fully incorporated. The resulting batter should have a smooth, silky texture like you see here. So now you want to prepare 2 square baking pans for the next step. And what I like to do is spray the bottom of the pans with a non-stick spray just to allow the parchment paper to hold its shape better, because when you pour the batter into these pans, you want it to take the shape of the square as best as possible. So once both pans are prepared, you want to divide the batter evenly between the 2 pans. Now you want to bake the cakes at 320 degrees Fahrenheit or 160 degrees Celsius for 20 to 22 minutes. And while the cakes are baking, we can go ahead and prepare the whipped cream and the strawberry topping. So for creating the whipped cream, all we need to do is combine the heavy cream, the vanilla extract, the sugar, and the salt all together in a large mixing bowl. We want to mix this on high speed using a whisk until stiff peaks form. And then you can place the whipped cream in the fridge until it's ready to be used on the cake. For the strawberries, all you need to do is slice off the tops of all the strawberries and then slice the strawberries into thin slices. And you want to aim for creating about 4 to 5 slices per strawberry. So at this time, your cake should be done baking, and you just want to remove them from the oven and allow the cakes to cool for 5 minutes in the pan, and then at that point, they're ready to be removed from the pan. And before starting any assembly of the cake, you want to allow both cakes to completely cool before assembling. And just a note, the cake while baking should have easily pulled away from the sides of the pan. Now, both of these cakes are pretty thin, but what you want to do is slice both of them in half, and that'll create 4 layers of cake that you'll be able to use. And there are many ways to assemble this cake. I'm going to show you one of my favorite ways, which is to create the strawberry shortcake one portion at a time. In the future, I can show you how to make the strawberry shortcake as a whole. Let me know down in the comments if you want to see that too. So now on to assembling. Like I mentioned before, this cake is going to have 4 layers of cake. And so those earlier slices that we had before, you want to keep them stacked on top of each other. And then taking a sharp knife, you want to create a nice even square cutting through each of the layers. And then once you have a square cake of 4 layers, you want to take your knife and create 3 even slices through all of the layers. That's going to end up resulting with 4 rectangular pieces that you're going to use for each serving of the strawberry shortcake. And any excess cake you can always use as a crumble to the outer edge of your strawberry shortcake. So for the assembly process, you want to add the whipped cream on top of the first layer of cake and spread it evenly so that it covers the top surface. Next, you want to add a couple slices of strawberries over that first layer of the whipped cream. You want to make sure that each bite has a taste of strawberry to it. And what I like to do is make sure that the strawberries are about the same width as the cake slice. You want to add another small dollop of whipped cream to cover the layer of strawberries you just placed. And you want to spread that evenly over the strawberries. Next, you want to place another sponge cake layer over this second whipped cream layer. And then you're just going to repeat the same process you did with the first layer. Adding a layer of whipped cream, following it up by strawberry slices, and then another layer of whipped cream. You're going to repeat this for 2 more layers until you have 4 sponge cake layers in the strawberry shortcake. And then finally, for the topping, you want to add a nice even coat of whipped cream and then top it with sliced strawberries. With this way of assembling the cake, you can see the inner strawberries exposed and all the sponge layer cakes within. And just like that, you've just made your very own strawberry shortcake. From the first bite to the last, you'll feel like you're biting into a cloud. This cake is so delicious, and I can't wait for you guys to try it at home yourselves. Now, this recipe does not call for strawberry syrup, as some strawberry shortcakes have, but feel free to drizzle on some of your own to your cake if you desire. As always, this recipe and many more can be found in my cookbook, Chef Vic Cuisine Volume 2, Elevating Your Inner Chef. And that's available on Amazon, and I'll be sure to leave a link to that in the description box. You can also click the pop-up on this screen for more information on it as well. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to this channel to see more recipes like this one, and hit the bell icon to be notified when my next video drops. And stay tuned for next week, where I show you to make this eye-catching, absolutely mouth-watering dish, Hawaiian chicken fried rice. Stay tuned for this one. Well, thanks again for watching. Check out more recipes like this one on my channel, and I'll see you next week on another episode of Chef Vic Cuisine. And until then, peace.